Alright, hello everyone! It's the first time we're using the Sendu Inc. tier list maker feature today because we are going to be ranking a tier list of weapons for 11.0.1 for once this specification matters since Rapid Blaster Pro was nerfed and Rapid slightly buffed in this. This is going to be a zones only tier list. I'm only going to be ranking the main kits of each weapon. The way this works on the site is I can't pick which kit. It will all look like the vanilla one, but the version I'm ranking is the best kit of each one, because otherwise the tier list just gets too long. We're just going to do main weapons today. I don't think we plan on doing subs and specials. And yeah, comp only. And we are a little bit early, so keep that in mind that because this patch was so drastic, it's likely things will change. That's why we're doing this as a second channel video. This is kind of just for fun. And eventually I'd like to do a new main channel one, because it's been a while. Like, it's been since before third kits that's happened. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. But yeah, we're basically going to get started. And yeah, I'm just going to go through in whatever order, I guess. Since this is kind of improper, I can do it how I want. I mean, alright, we're not off to the strongest start. Got sploosh. Oh, allow duplicates is on. Let's turn that off. Yeah, I mean, hammer throw's a little better. Sploosh is a little more consistent. Don't think the weapon is too much reason to be used. I don't know, I think Junior is like... I think I need to rank the higher up weapons. I need to see, like, what the very top looks like. Even this weapon's hard. Okay, we're going to start dragging things out and going from there. I'm going to put VAC 96 up here. Pro. I think Pro's on the way up. I think around there. 52's about here. Shots like here. Blasters here. We'll get to that. I think RB is better. I don't know if it's like this or this much better. We'll put it here for now. Rapid Pro's still good. Rapid's like down here. Let's start with being generous up here, because I'm being kind of generous. Let's start by being generous. That's fair. Brush has its new result. We're going to kind of be dragging things and then arranging them, I think. So we're going to get like a general idea. That all seems fine. Chara is a little underrated. I will put it here for now. We'll get to that later. I really think pencil might go down as well, but for now, I'm going to put it there. This is still broken. What a surprise. That's still good. This is still good. I'll talk about heavy later, but this is where heavy's going right now. Or would I have to put it here? Let's put it here for now. I could display my list on Sendu. You're right, I could. Maybe I will. Sorry, ballpoint. I've seen the Splash Panda Goo video a while ago. That's one of my favorite channels. I don't think they really were going for changing the weapon perception. It is still shit. I think we all know. Sadly, Dooley over here might be legit. Okay, with how generous I'm being, Zap is probably up here. Poor Dooley Squelchers, man. I'll talk about that weapon in a bit. Glugas are still secretly pretty good. I'm gonna put Tetra here, too. Growla. Tent. Recycle's honestly probably the best one now. Tent's better now, though, right? But Tent doesn't... I'll put it there. Oh, boy! Tri-Stringer, Tri-Stringer. Wall String's probably about here. I will be fair to Stamper and put it there. Mint's definitely dropped a bit. Let's just get Undercover over with. My opinion on Dowser has gone down. Expo's nothing crazy. Machine's okay. Did get a little better this patch, admittedly. Goo is here. Bamboo's alright. I don't know. I'm gonna put it there. We're not ranking the scopes. Squiffer is like struggling. Very, very struggling right now. Sorry, Swig. This lost zone cheese. Splash. Okay. Okay. These are not, like, ordered well enough, but this is, like, roughly what I'm thinking right now. Sorry, I know I didn't talk for a bit. I have to get these on the list. And then I think we can work around organizing it from there. Because my biggest part I don't like is these two tiers feel a little bloated. I don't know if I want a tier in between these or not. I want to eventually drop the S plus and S tier, but it feels kind of impossible. So I'm going to preemptively... We're going to preemptively make an S plus tier and put this up here. I think we're going to need this. It seems there is no way of working around it, no matter how much I wish there was. It just does... It seems like this is just an inevitability. I want cyan, though. Cyan... We'll do that. Okay. Let's get the easy stuff out of the way. I think that Blaster is top 1. Like, pretty handily top 1. I am, like, not even a little bit uncertain about this one. Check the... Okay. I think Blaster is pretty confidently top 1 right now, to be honest. Like, I really can't see it as anything else other than top 1. I don't know if it's like Blaster or Custom Blast. Like, but it just... It's too good. Its blast radius is now just better than it used to be. Like, it's almost the same as it was before. It's fast. Its kits are solid. Like, they're not S-Blast here good. But it's just too... It's so consistent. It's so simple. Like, the skill floor is so low now that I feel it's really hard to drastically mess up. Like, it's just not complicated to, like, really mess it up. So, like, I just can't see it anywhere but this. Like, I think it's the most consistent fighting weapon. There's also a lot of good short-range fighting weapons now. I think Bucket has to be number 2. We haven't seen too much out of Bucket this patch, but, like, it's got one of the most broken specials in the game, consistent damage, it's fast, it's the usual things. Bucket hasn't really gotten any worse, other than Strike being, like, a little bit easier to shoot down. That's, like, about it. I feel like Bucket is still crazy. After that, things are tough to say. I feel like S-Blast consistencies... Like, I think S-Blast should go here. Because S-Blast is now pretty damn hard. The short-range mode is not consistent, like, at all. It's way harder. Like, I know it doesn't sound that crazy. Like, you know, it's just the short-range nerf, right? It's still, like, a pretty solid short-range blast radius. But for how slow S-Blast is, it's a lot smaller than where Luna is. And Blaster's is similar, but Blaster's is significantly faster, right? Like, I think that S-Blast is still very good. I do think it has the better kit. I think it's better into mid lines. But that's about it. That's about where the positives end for me. Like, I think it's just not as consistent. I think we're going to see that with time. I think S-Blast players will flex to V-Blaster. You know, I think it's going to be more common. Okay, Leader definitely goes in this tier. I think Leader, this is the second time I've talked about this, but I think it's more feasible this time. I still think Leader could be better than Pen right now. The results haven't shown it yet, but I still believe in that. Wavebreaker's just straight up better this patch because of all the indirect changes benefit it. Leader's still very good into a bunch of options. It's still good into the slow stuff. And I feel like it just, I don't know. I feel like the impact is just crazy. I think it meshes with things well. And I also think the addition of like more short range means that there's more mobility in general. That's making it a little bit easier to run leader. So I think that it's better. I don't know if it'll remain at number 5. We'll get there. What else is confidently going into this? I mean, I'm a little torn. There's a lot of things I would like to put up here. Let's do Dapple first. Dapple has to be here. I feel like Dapple genuinely has to be here. It's got 2 broken kits. By far cheapest cooler in the game. By far best beacon weapon in the game. And then the Dapple Nuvo kit is just better in this version of the game. Like, a lot better. I don't see how it can't be here. And like, it does have like this tiny range. So you figure it would struggle with things like this, right? And it kind of does, but not really. Dapple is so ludicrously fast that like, I don't even think the things that normally counter it are like that big counters into it. It's just so quick. It always feels like it has a reason to close the gap. So I feel like it has to go up here somewhere. I'm going to put it above leader for now. Decav S+. I'm really torn on whether Decav deserves S+ still or not. Like, in theory, I feel like it should go here. In practice, Mint hasn't gotten any results for a while. Like, I mean a while. It got 3rd in Area Cup recently with a rapid comp. That's really about it. Like, if we're trying to get ahead of the times, I don't know. I feel like all the short-range stuff in the meta kind of hurts this thing. It has the mobility to deal with its dash slashes more often. If anything, I think this weapon might be better. But part of me thinks they should be in the same tier. I think Roller is like the ultimate sleeper pick of this patch. There are so many more weapons that play in range of this thing now. Bubble still feels great. This weapon literally also got buffed. Like, it benefits from Aura tremendously, because this is a weapon that actually uses Ninja Squid, and Aura plus Ninja Squid works, unlike Cooler. And, like, it doesn't struggle with the hitbox changes. It purely benefits. I feel like it's a super sleeper pick, honestly. I think Roller is very underrated. So I think it should go here. Should Mint also go here? Probably. Mini. Mini should go here too. Mini, I think, is fair to be up here. Mini Splatling is very fast. Hammer is very good. Burst is good. It makes up for the kit very well. This is here. Here's the real debate. Does VAC 96 go in this tier too? Like, genuinely does it? Because it's everywhere right now in Japan. It's being picked a ton. It's doing well. And here's the thing, right? Let's talk about the meta direction I think this is going, right? And to do that, we got to talk about one more weapon. We got to talk about Try. We got to talk about Forge. This is what I think the complete S+ tier actually is going to look like, right? And it's for a couple reasons. I think that Blaster pairs very well with Forger 96 and Tri-Slosher. I think those are the main pairs that this weapon wants. Right? I think you do Try if you don't have a pencil. Otherwise, I think you could do other stuff, right? But I think either way you want 96 or Forge. So the reason I have so much stock in these mid-range supports, because you might be noticing I'm ranking the mid-range supports over the short-range supports, is I think over time, these two are going to benefit the most. First off, if they're fighting things like Try, like Blaster, like Roller, you know, that are becoming more common, they have the range to deal with it. They still get insane specials, and they have much better fighting power than other short-range supports. They also pair great with these new options. When we have stuff like V-Blaster or Try or whatever, right? We lose out on some mid-range. What's an easy way to make up for it? Use your support slot. Have a mid-range slot. So my point is that 96 and Pro synergize perfectly with everything new that's coming in. And so I think Forge and 96 are both very, very strong here. Now, let's order these. Let's order these. Probably this. Vimy is a little bit too proven for me to not put it top 5. So, like, this is kind of... No, this has to go up here, too. 96 is more results than leader, I think. This is, like, probably where I have things at right now. That's what I'm thinking. That's my, like, top end of weapons. And Mint, I'm really debating moving down. The only other weapon I'm debating adding to this tier is Splash. But I think Splash is going to trend downward. Because this weapon does not like fighting Blaster. Does not like fighting Chara Roller. Like, this struggles even more than the other options. So Zap and Splash are down here for similar reasons. I think you really need to build around them. Yeah, Nouveau Tri was already being used a bit. We're seeing it with both Leader and Bow. I feel it has to be here. Okay, I have to move some of A tier up now that we have another tier. We're going to put Rapid up here. I'm going to put Dread up here. It did just win. What else goes up a tier here? Not you, not you, not you. I'm debating if Brush goes up. Because, like, I feel it should. I don't know. These I'm all pretty confident on. I don't really have much of an order. These two are ordered. We're not going to order the rest of these. Why has Edit fallen off so much? The charge time's just kind of slow. I don't know. It's not bad. It did win Area Cup. Yeah, I mean, that's why I want to put it here. Because these are all, like, Area Cup winning weapons, and this did win. And, like, that and the Inkbrush Nouveau kit doesn't really have anything that makes me think, like, it should be denied from this tier. Okay, I think Dooley has to go up too. Do I move up Wiper? I think I do. Okay, I think Wiper and Stamper go up. This feels fair. I like the gap here. These are all not weapons that win. These are all weapons that have gotten wins. Or have gotten close, like really close to winning. A little bit less for these, but this feels more reasonable. Splash is absolutely top of this tier, then Heavy. Heavy, like, has only been doing well when paired with Pen. Rapid is like a similar point. In fact, Rapid will go right after. These both kind of don't want to be your solo anchor for the most part. Like, you can run it as solo anchor, but I don't think they actually want that anymore after the changes. I feel like these are better as like a weird midline on very long range maps. Zap is still the usual stuff. I feel like Try is a little bit better than it right now, but it's still mobile. Still fine for leader comps. Maybe Bow, though I think Bow wants Dapple or Try more than it wants Zap. Bow has been winning. It's been placing highly. It's all the usual stuff. Dread just won. I mean, I don't think Dooley's that much worse than Splash, but I think that Splash has an easier time building comps. See, that's kind of the main thing I feel about Dooley. I feel like the main thing that's made Dooley harder lately is it's kind of harder to build comps that Dooley wants anymore. Because Dooley likes to play with swords. But it's really hard to pair it with swords now. Like, the best Dooley comp is probably Dooley, Mint, S-Blast, and Pen. S-Blast got harder, Mint got harder, and Dooley got harder. Even Pen got harder. Like, that entire comp is weaker in this version. I think Dooley's still very strong, but I think Dapple overshadows it a lot. I think Splash is better a lot of the times where you want Crab. Dooley's still like this nice middle ground, but the constant runs just aren't as synergistic. It also struggles more with the short range counters. It doesn't like fighting Try or Blaster or Vac 96 or Mini or Pro. I feel like it's just inevitably gotten a little bit harder, you know? I feel like this is kind of where I'd put it. Now, these two swords are barely making this list. Stamper is the bottom of this tier, and that makes me sad. I'm putting it here purely out of faith, but Stamper's been struggling. Zip is target practice now. And Booyah's Sword just doesn't have a combo tool, but this thing has way too much downtime. This needs a buff. Wiper, like, I wish a little more power into the main weapon and a little bit less into the hammer. The main weapon has potential, but I feel like the short-range option's mobility is good enough to shut it down before it can get its kill options. So once we move out of S tier, we now start getting to weapons I care less about. And I don't know if I'm going to order them anymore, but we'll see. We'll try for now. Okay, I think range is a bit of a sleeper pick. RB got some of its blast radius back. Like, its kits are still bad. It's still not its old former self, but, like, it's not bad. And it does have more options that it's better into. It's good into these new mid-range supports. It's good into heavy. I think it's good into Dynamo if you're fighting that. It's good into Dread. I think it's good into Bow. I think it's got more merits than people want to give it credit for. It's very overshadowed by these two. But, like, if these two didn't exist, I think range could still win tournaments right now. Like, genuinely. I think that range can still win. I think it's good. But I do think, like, if you're a blaster player and these two exist, this isn't quite good enough to be warranted picking. But I feel it goes here. 52 is alright. I think Dynamo is kind of what I'll put next in this tier. We haven't seen much out of Dynamo, but it's still very solid. It's a little bit picky with comps because it is just very slow. But I feel like it's still good. It still has big damage. It still paints quite a lot. It still has AoE, which is unique for a support. But the thing is, like, Dread has its entire toolkit built around making up for its speed weakness. Because it threatens you with a Reef. And it's not as slow as Dynamo. Dynamo kind of just has to deal with it. So I think that's there. Carbon would be, like, right next to it. I think Carbon is better, but its kits just aren't great. Zuka's not great. Chump isn't great. Fizzy on it isn't as good as Burst. I just don't think there's not a through line like there is with this roller. And then from here, I don't know. At this point, it starts getting very up in the air. Luna, I'm going to move down. Luna's being too greedy. We're seeing a bit of Luna as a niche option, but yeah. I think Shot has to be top of this tier, even though I don't like Zuka, really. Welshring has to be below this. Recycle has to be below this. Gluga won a tournament forever ago, but I'm going to put it below this, and I think Not has more potential than Squeezer and 52. This will be our A tier order. That seems... No, Welshring has to go above these. It won recently. Shot's seen some niche use. Recycle's not trash. Recycle got a lot of buffs. It paints decently. The vanilla kit is solid. Dart sucks, but it has Bubble. Bubble is pretty good. It has some matchups that it works well in. It's fairly mobile. It's very hard to pick 1v1s with the weapon, regardless of what you're picking. So I think this is fair. Yeah, Edit's still better than Not, I think. Edit's not that bad. Like, it's overshadowed, but it's solid. If you pick it in the right situations, it's fine. Not, I don't like Not's kits, still. They're better, but, like, I don't think the kits are good enough for the weapon to see much use. From here, I stopped caring as much, really. Luna's got a good niche recently. I think Vac Charge is a little underrated. This poor thing can't kill anymore. Brellas are a little bit more decent. Tent keeps dropping off because... I'll put Tent here out of good faith. I'll do that. We'll leave Tent there, but, like... Tent just has so much it struggles in. Okay. I think Ballpoint goes here because of the Vacuum kit. Vacuum Ballpoint is kinda okay. But yeah, I'm not gonna order these. This is past the point where I think ordering really matters. So... we're just gonna put them in weapon kit order. That seems kind of fair. This looks okay. C tier. I mean, Rapid's a little better. It's got the Strike kit. I think Rapid's up here. Small Rapid's a little better. I think it makes this barely. Octobrush doesn't make a tier up. Its kits aren't as strong. Yeah, Bow's won several areas. Like, it's won 2 and it's placed highly in others. Bow has, like, proven itself enough for me. Paintbrush probably goes up here, admittedly. These all seem fine, though. I don't think I have much gripes with the rest of this list. just ordering them properly. These all seem fair. Would I have to put Jet up here? Is V-Jet like that? Ballpoint, I think, is the better main weapon right now. And I think Vac Spam is better for 96. So if I want a backline with Vac, like that's like a shooter type weapon, I think Ballpoint gives me a little bit more merit for my weapon. And then these weapons, just like something in their identity does not work enough in competitive play. Like B and C are okay. I can see them sometimes. This is where I think we stop seeing weapons. In zones. Like, in Rainmaker, this is like here. I'm gonna put Arrow down, actually. Arrow can't reef cheese anymore. That was like its only claim to fame. What weapon's worst in the game? I think it's Nova, by the way. I think Nova's bottom one. I'm gonna put Goo here. I'm sorry, GooTuber. Your weapon is sad. Yeah, we just gotta organize the order of all of this, but I think we're basically done. I think we have our completed list. What do we think, chat? Should Tri-Strike Dowser be C? Yeah, Tri-Strike Dowser is too good a kit to be in D tier. You're right. It's got Burst Strike. I think this is solid, though. Squiffer just doesn't have good kits. I don't think the main of Squiffer is that bad. But I think that's fine. Yeah, Recycle's definitely better than 10, definitely. I'm trying to think. I'm like looking over these for anything that I've like missed while we were doing this. How's my songs? Are we on? We have a few more songs. We're good on music. Mini top 5. Pro looks surprisingly high. Yeah, I talked about that earlier where like I think mid-range is better. My real debate is I want to do this with leader and this with mini. Okay, I'm going to do this with mini regardless. I'm going to rank Doppel higher than mini. But I don't know if I move leader or not. This feels like my bias. I think that Doppel is top 5. I'm going to do the Doppel top 5. How does mini? But Vimy is... I think mini struggles in the same way these do, but not as bad. The kit's just so good with mini. Clarinet Duck, thank you for the prime. 4.5 years. Holy. 54 months of subs, thank you. Dude, is your list be biased? That is a good point. Why not D tier for undercover? Its kits are all terrible. The main weapon's like okay at best, and that's really stretching it. I think Doppel is better than Mini. I think it's just underused. Doppel is like benefited from way too many things. I think it's better than Mini. It's like the order of these 4 that I'm debating flipping around. I also, do I have try top 10? 6, 7, 8, 9, I do. Am I being too mean to Splash? This might be more fair. But I also feel like I'm right about the trend. Okay. I'm gonna leave this. I believe in leaders so much right now, but I don't know if it's just bias. Also, honestly, do you know what else I thought of? I'm not gonna do that, that's not fair, but I thought about it. I thought about it. I thought about it. I'm not gonna do it, but I thought about it a little bit. Because this thing's comfortably top 1 to me. But I don't think it's its own tier top 1. It's not that crazy. If it had S-Blast Kit, if this had Burst Booyah, this would be in its own tier. 100%. I'm gonna do this and end it here. That, I think, is good enough for the top tier. So I'm gonna put Leader ahead of VAC 96. Because I do think Leader is just like a player-based thing. VAC 96 is more accessible. And that both benefit from the meta a lot. Because, like, here's the other thing about Leader. This being good is great for it. Like, Try makes it way easier to run Leader. You don't have to do Zap. You can do Try. This might even be real with Leader too, but that hasn't been proven itself. But, like, you have another cooler option. Honestly, I even think this with Leader is solid. Like, Red Dapple. I think you have a lot of options. And the same goes for Bow. But Bow just hasn't gotten as much results as Leader has, like, over the past few months. Part of that is outside of this patch, but I still feel it's worth noting. This I feel good about, I think. I think this feels accurate. Yeah? Are we happy with this, chat? I think this is where we stop the ranking. Alright, that's going to be my list. There's still a whole ton of stuff to consider. But I think as of right now, this is a pretty fair assessment of where the game is. A lot of this is definitely predictions of where it's going to go. Again, I think short-range Slayer, mid-range support, and another mid-range support are more likely to be, you know, important comps, or maybe double short-range with a mid-range support. I think we'll be seeing more short-range focused comps that are still fight-heavy. And I think this is a pretty fair, you know, way to look at it. That's kind of a bit my biases, but I hope that I was able to get some objective reasoning out there. But yeah, that's my list, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching. We did this in record time. Very nice.